Sonic News! A new show appears! It's super effective! I am SSF. Hi. Hold my finger, please. Please? No? Screw you. That was polite. Ah. Live from the magnificent state of Virginia, here's your host, the news dude at Sonic Narrative, Sonic Sega Fan, 1991.
And hello to everyone watching out there, all 11 of you, for yet another so riveting edition. Yet another show. Another show has arrived. The good news and bad news being, well, the good news is that we have another show. It's called the SonicNews Show. And you people are here watching me. I still amazed at this, but you people are actually watching me. Also, the bad news is that, well, I don't have a guest here. So, for the first time since October 2011, I'm actually broadcasting solo. Doing a solo show for once. So, needless to say, it's going to be both interesting and disappointing at the same time. Disappointing because I really wanted to get a guest here, but, you know, there wasn't a guest to find. You know, anyone in particular that I hadn't already had on the show, and you know, B, that were available, you know. And then it's gonna be interesting because I kind of wanted to do a show that didn't have a guest for the first time in a while. You know, the thing about doing a show with guests is that there's a few limitations. You know, I love having guests on the show. It's just there's a few limitations. Like, the show goes on a bit longer, you know, things can get dragged out a little bit more, various other things, you know. It's nothing against the guests or anything, it's just, that's what happens when you have multiple people, you know. But with just me, I can just go all out on what I feel like saying on something, you know. I can elaborate on stuff, you know, etc., and there would be a picture that's up, as always. It would not be a show if someone wasn't screwing around with the stream. I will say this much though, it's only gonna be for this week. Next week, I already have an idea for guests. You know, I just didn't want to. I was thinking about possibly getting the guests for this week, but by the time I considered them, it was too late. Yeah. But you would put Vadley Joe and Vector there. You would, Nathan. You would. But yes. Welcome to the Sonic News Show, the first Sonic News Show that's solo in, like I said, almost a year. So, the streak has been broken, but only for this week. I know the Sonic Show Live wasn't actually streaming for this week because of the opening, or rather the closing ceremonies taking place. But, you know, I really don't know why, the closing ceremony, if it weren't for the fact that I was doing the show, I would have kept watching them, but the thing is that, you know, like I said, yeah, things kind of, you know, pile up, but, you know, at least I got a couple of hours to see it. The closing ceremonies, though, I'll probably, elaborate a little bit more on, because there is an Olympics related topic later on, so needless to say, it's gonna be an interesting show here, because like I said, I'm not really doing I have no guests, you know, I'm not gonna do anything other than talk for most of this, so considering it's just gonna be me here, and I'm sure you guys don't want to hear just me babbling on, I'm actually gonna do something here, if I can find it. real quick. I'm also going to do something else that I don't usually do. Well, it's something I'm supposed to do, and just haven't done that. Just give me a moment. Where the hell is it? Actually, I know exactly what to play. Let me see. Yeah, if in case you haven't noticed, I'm actually be playing music in the background here. Like I said, the reason being is because it's just me here. It's not going to be talking between two people back and forth, or a few people. So I might get silent a few times. So it's just going to be in the background, you know, kind of like any other podcast show. And it's going to be this time I'll be playing. Why not? Including Sonic Paradox intro, because you can't get enough of that. Just tell me if that's too loud. Yes, it's Seaside Denied, MP3. Anyway, excuse me. I know we have a lot of stuff to talk about, and there is a lot to talk about. Is it really that quiet? Alright, is that a little bit better? Like, you guys have heard Seaside Denied, so, but yeah, like, there's a lot to talk about, you know, of course the main topic tonight is Sage. Sage. Boy, do I have a lot to say about that. Oh boy, this is gonna be a doozy. This is gonna be a doozy. The song's really very unfitting for this, but it's gonna be It's gonna be rather. I don't know. Where do I start with this? It's Sage. I mean, there's so many different things they did. Like I said, the Sonic Amateur Gaming Expo took place. I believe today was the last day, wasn't it? Which capped off a week of fan gaming and hacking contest, among other things. I am also well aware of many things that have taken place. The main thing I'm just been doing is giving just my opinions on how it went. You know, how I think Sage went. And I'm not exactly too pleased. Now, before you jump to conclusions like, SSF, why are you doing this? Why are you hating on Sage? Screw you. Go hang out with people, you know, hang out with the spiders. Oh wait, you already do, never mind. No, I have my reasons, and it's not just one. When it comes to Sage, honestly, I just don't get me wrong, I'm gonna start with the good first. Okay, so you're not gonna assume, because the way it's gonna look, I'm probably gonna go on and on about bad shit, you know, complaining about multiple things. But let me start with the good, okay? I absolutely adored the games that were on the hacking contest, Sonic Eraser, I had already played, enjoyed. I'm glad it won the hacking contest. Totally deserved it. I love the variety in the games. I really, really do. The fan games themselves are creative. You know, I really did enjoy it. Yeah, it's the Sonic Amateur Gaming Expo. Essentially, that's where it's like an expo for Sonic fan gaming and Sonic hacking, pretty much. ROM hacking, rather. And by the way, I know the song ended. I'm just gonna change gears here. See, this is why I don't generally like playing music, because it just ruins the pace. So, I'm just gonna play this. Why not? Trust me, I am trying very hard not to refrain from playing Afro Circus, you know, because that's actually a lot louder. There we go. Tell me if I made it quiet again. I turned it down a little bit because it was a bit louder than the other song, but anyway. Yeah, it's a pretty big expo in the Sonic community. Like, I emphasize the fact that it's an expo, you know. But, I'm a sick man indeed. Very, very sick. But yeah, it's like, I really don't know. You know, I'm gonna be very blunt. I'm gonna be very blunt. As creative as the fan games are, I have no interest in them. None of them interest me. Sonic before the sequel, you know, alright, I can see potential in that. Sonic after the sequel, I can see potential in that too. I can see why people like those. Me personally, I just don't see the appeal in fan games a whole lot, you know. And it's not so much that I hate fan games as a whole, it's just I don't care for them. I think they're just too complicated, you know, to get, you know. I think I've only played like 1 or 2 fan games. That was Eggman Hates Furries, and there was another one. What was it? I don't know. Like, they're just too complicated for me. Fan gaming just isn't. Like, I don't get me wrong, I like the Sonic ROM hacks, you know, but the fan games, the actual fan games, you know, those I just, no, I just don't care for them, honestly. I just don't see why people enjoy, just absolutely go nuts over them, you know. That's just me. I'm not saying you have to agree with it or anything, it's just, I just don't care for fan games. You know, for the most part, I don't. As for, you know, like I said, the ROM hacks, those I don't have a problem with. You know, those are great. You know, they're very simple to install. You know, it's very simple to install. Playing is simple. It's like you're just popping in an NES game or something, and just going bing bang boom. You're playing it. You know. Whereas fan games, it's just, you're doing all this unnecessary installation and control configurations and this thing and the next thing. It's just too complicated for me. You know, I when it comes to video games, I like to just jump right into it. You know, I don't like. I'm just a casual kind of player. You know, that's just my kind of style. You know, I've always been that way. It's why I can put up with Mario games for so long. Despite how horrible they've been getting, you know, I'm a sucker for Mario games, but that's just me, you know. And speaking of Mario, new Super Mario, like I said, after Sonic before the sequel, I can see why people like it, you know. Same with Sonic after the sequel, I can see why people like it. It's just not my type, you know. It's just not my kind of game I'd play, you know. You know, it's not something I would be interested in playing. I'm not saying that the game is bad. I don't care for it. You know, that's the point. Is not that I've played it. It's that I just don't care for those kind of games. They're not my type. And like I said, only certain fan games I play. Like I said, I have not played it, but I can understand why people like it. You know, I'm being very blunt about that. I can see why people like the games. It's just, me personally, I don't care about them. You know, I just don't. Period. You know, I just don't care for them. You know, I'm like I said, if you guys like the games, by all means, go and play them. I recommend them. You know, they're definitely like some. I've seen some, you know, fan games that are worse than the ones that are at Sage this year. So, you know, they're definitely better than some fan games I've seen. But anyway, it's not just the fan games themselves that, you know, it's not just the fan games that have annoyed me, you know. And what is going on in the chat? Did someone hijack the stream? Okay, now... yeah, someone kick him off, please. Well, while I'm waiting... yeah, going to wait. Well, this is behind the scenes stuff right here, since the SP stream cannot see me. But not because of internet troubles, because someone mysteriously thought, oh, I'm just gonna start streaming. It's, yeah. This is fun, isn't it? It's this time of the day where you guys get this behind the scenes stuff, YouTube exclusive. You guys get the... yeah, okay, that's... alright, that was... yeah. This is gonna be fun, isn't it? It's gonna be really, really, really fun. This is gonna be really fun. Alright, I gotta stop and restart the stream. Alright. Am I up again? Am I up again? Please tell me I'm up again. Alright, so apparently someone decided, oh hey, I'm just gonna jump into the stream without checking to see who's online, who's streaming, even though it's very blatantly obvious that I make this show, you know... I'm fuming right now, and not just from the fact that I've been like the guy hijacked the stream, but the fact that now I have twice as much work that I'm gonna have to do in putting the stream out on YouTube because he hijacked the stream. That's wonderful. Thanks for that. Now I have twice as much work to do. Very, very unnecessary adjustments now I have to do. This is wonderful. This is very, very wonderful. Oh, the things I'm going to be saying after this show finishes. Boy, am I fuming right now. No, this isn't my night, isn't it? Boy, am I going to be having a good talk after this show ends. Like, I make it very blunt that I'm always streaming at this time every Sunday. But obviously, the many warnings I give out to Twitter and to Facebook and the stream itself, and there's a thread on the forum. But anyway, completely ignoring the fact that now I have like twice as much work to do to get the show up on YouTube, which means I'm probably just going to do a double upload again, because I really don't want to go through the trouble of what I had to put up with last time. So, needless to say, we're just going to move on and continue with what I was talking about, which I completely forgot about. Oh yeah, it was Sage, and it was moving on from the fan games. It's not just about the fan games, that wait, let me bring up Skype. Why is Skype downsized? Okay, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking at the Alright, but anyway, what was it? It's not just the fan game that pisses me off. It's not just that. It's also because of what happened on Twitter. I'm not gonna go into details about that, but there were a few like tiffs or something. That happened on Twitter between Sage and a few sites. I'm not going to go into details about that because really this isn't a drama extended show, but I did not approve of that at all. Then there was also the matter of, what was it? It's yeah, I'm just bebopping between Skype and this. But yeah, it's it didn't help that they had DD West on the first day either. It's just sometimes in some cases things didn't exactly go the way they planned, but in some cases things really should have gone better. It's just, I mean, it really shouldn't have. It really shouldn't have gone the way it should have. Sage should have been a lot better than it should have. I'm really. I really it's just Sage, I don't get me wrong, I think they're great, Expo. I have nothing against them. I just think that they could have done a few things better. That's all I'm saying, But and just saying, my show has been at 6 p.m. Eastern for like 2-3 months now. I made that plain and simple in multiple places, including the SP forums. So really at this point, if anyone does kind of stream over my show, that's not my fault. By now, you should know that the show is on at 6 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. UK time, on Sundays. I don't know why everyone wants to stream on Sundays. suddenly right around when I'm doing the show. But you know, just saying, I picked a certain day, one day. I have it only on one day now for a reason. So you guys have more room to stream. But apparently people still can't check to see if someone's streaming first. But anyway, yeah, it's, you know, don't get me wrong, I think Sage probably deserves like a 7 out of 10. Well, maybe 6, 7, somewhere around there. 6.5, I'll put it. 6.5 out of 10. They did a few things right, but I do think they did quite a few things wrong. So, anyway, that's it with Sage. You know, you can probably check out the their site's gonna be up for a while still. You know, I do think I highly suggest you check out the ROM hacks at the least. The hacking contest is over, but I believe you can still download all the candidates that were up for the rewards and everything. So go check those out. You know, I highly suggest you download those. Sonic 3 and Amy Rose is really it's a must get. Sonic Eraser is a must get. So, you know, I really hope, you know, that things just, I hope next year's better, but I will state this much. May as well make this public now. I have been interested in possibly doing, well, Erasor, you know, as an E-R-A-Z-O-R. It's this ultra, like this, it's a ROM hack of Sonic 1, and it's a damn good one too. But it's really good. There's actually some playthroughs of it on YouTube, so, you know, YouTube, everyone's favorite site. That's so glitchy, but, you know, anyway. But yeah, I will say this much right now. I have been debating on potentially, I've been considering possibly, you know, being, I can't remember how to say it, like, affiliate or whatever, partnering with Sage. But after this year, it's like, do I really want to now? Do I really not want to? It's like I said, I have nothing against Sage. It's just the way this year went. It's like I'm a little bit hesitant now. You know, I mean, like I said, things will probably change, you know, next year. Sage 2013, I have high hopes for. You know, everyone has their low point years. You know, the show seems to be becoming a low point already. But nevertheless, you know, I'm hoping Sage turns out better next year. But you know, everyone has their low points during the course of their expos or their shows or whatever, so no big deal. Yeah. Moving on, actually. Jet Set Radio HD. Sonic Adventure 2 HD. All-Stars Racing Transformed, and an unannounced IP game. All these Sega games are supposed to be at PAX 2012. Why are there so many PAX Expos? I don't understand. Didn't we just have a PAX Expo a couple months ago? Why are there so many of them? I'm not complaining, it's just, I don't understand. Why are there so many of them? You know, that's just me. Also, Jet Set Radio HD has been priced. It's going to be $9.99, $10, $9.99, $9.99, 800 Microsoft points. That's what the equivalent is. I don't know what's going to be overseas yet, like in Europe, so we'll find out soon. However, Jet Set Radio HD also got dated. It'll be out on September 19th on Xbox Live and Steam, and on PlayStation Network on the 18th. But Plus users will be able to buy, like, get an advanced playability and stuff like that, I believe, on the 11th. And then it will be on Vita, PlayStation Vita, on October 16th. If only people cared about Vita, though, which no one did, or at least no one does. I'm being very blunt. I don't think Vita really is doing well at all. I don't think it's even after even a couple months after E3, Vita's still not doing well. But we'll see how things go. But yeah, it's about damn time, Sega. You finally priced the first HD remake Dreamcast game, or you finally priced and dated the first Dreamcast HD re-release game, and and that was announced. And it's like they really should have done this a month ago. They really should have. They should have dated and priced this a month ago, and they didn't. And I don't understand, why, Sega? Why did it take so long to date and price this thing? Some people on Twitter are saying that it was because they actually got the rights to another song, the licensing rights. But it's like, it's, I'm really just Sonic Adventure 2 HD, I'm really wanting to see a price and date on that, and Nights in the Dreams HD, I really want to see a price and date onto that too. I just don't get why Sega is just being so secretive with the price and date of these. It's like, there really isn't that much to change, Sega. I mean, it's a price and a date. I mean, come on. We've known about this for a while now. It's an HD remake. I mean, there isn't, besides the re-releases, it really just yeah. I can't wait. I really want to know what the price and dates of these are, because that's going to make a huge difference. Like Jet Set Radio HD being 800 Microsoft points was that's half the amount I was expecting. And if Jet Set Radio's that amount, then maybe Nights in the Dreams will probably be that same amount, and that'll conserve some Microsoft points that I can put towards other stuff. Who knows? But anyway, moving on. Crush 40. Coincidentally, apparently there's a big TF2 gathering taking place too. But anyway, Crush 40, the live album. More details have come out on it. It's going to be released on October 3rd, and the live album will be consisting of the March 2012 Tokyo concert that they did earlier this year. So stay tuned for that. Nothing really. I don't expect anything new out of that, guys. Don't expect anything new out of that. It's just going to be pretty much a re-release of the Tokyo concert in an album form. Musicians tend to do that sometimes. They look for their best concerts and put a live album of that out. It helps with the revenue, and it gives people a chance to see just how they are when they're live, even at home. But anyway, moving on to next topic. We're halfway there already. Steve Lysett mentioned that we've revealed all the Sonic characters that we're revealing that are considered playable. I guess that's good, but I would have liked at least one more character for the Sonic franchise. Excuse me, I yawned. I'd like to at least get one more character Sonic related. One more character. That would really be nice. Just one more Sonic character. That's all I would have wanted, but I mean, it's alright with the roster we have now. I mean, Big's not in it. We all love Big, don't we? So I can't really complain, I just feel like they stopped the Sonic characters too soon. Honestly, I really don't understand why Sega's making so much of a big deal about, these non-Sega and Sonic characters. It's like, it's called Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, yet you'd think it was just Racing Transformed. To be honest, I don't know. I'm complaining about everything here, but I mean, it's just, there really isn't, I don't know. I just don't know. Hell Yeah release date was confirmed. There you guys go. We had a new release date for Hell Yeah. I believe I can actually find that out exactly. Article right here. And the date was, the press release revealed that the game will be available for PSN on September 25th, Xbox Live Arcade on September 26th, and PC on October 3rd, and PC on October 3rd. The game will be available for all platforms in Europe on October 3rd as well. There you guys go. Honestly, I don't really care for Hell Yeah, but by all means and get it. You know, the game definitely looks good. You know, me, I don't really care about it, so it's just another one of those. I can see why people like it, but me personally, my standards are a bit different. You know, just like earlier with the fan games. But yeah, I have no idea what I've been missing in the open and closing ceremony, but I don't think I've really been missing much. I'm glad I saw the Spice Girls before the show, though. That's part of the reason why I was a minute late, so not a big deal, it was only a minute. But anyway, Sega's Sonic 4 True Blue Initiative, they announced the winners finally. You know, it's, you know, I do think that I can see where Sega's going with this, but I think there was a little bit of a problem, namely that you kind of get gypped for buying multiple copies. Hey, you get a poster, here you go, whoop. You know, but I mean, poster is still good. See, there really hasn't been much good coming out of these. It's like there's always been, like, I'm on a roll with complaining today, haven't I? Nevertheless, moving on. We're actually nearly done with the show. Wow. We're on. I'm gonna slow down a little bit actually, but not by much. We're on the final couple of topics actually. This 10th one will actually take a while though. Sega's 2 Olympic Games have actually topped the UK charts again. That was that Olympic-related topic, by the way. I'd imagine that that's going to change now that the Olympics are done. You know, as it just mentioned in the livestream chat, the Olympics closing ceremony had just finished. Honestly, I don't think it was exactly a good one. Well, for London themselves and how they managed it, yeah, I think it was great. But as for the American media, they can go suck a dick. Moving on. And we reached the final topic for tonight. The Sonic Paradox forums are now at Zeta boards. We have been putting a lot of effort into migrating the forums over. This is only like a mid upgrade. This isn't going to be permanent. There's actually going to be another migration in the near future. So enjoy the Zeta boards format right now, because there's going to be another big upgrade soon. That will be the final one, by the way. But nevertheless, for now, I hope you guys enjoy the new layout that is Zeta boards on the SP forums. Look for more big changes soon. Excuse me. And speaking of big changes, I may as well talk about the Sonic News Show future plans. If you guys actually saw that post in the thread that I made that post the other day, I did brief you guys a bit on what I was planning on doing. Those who saw me on Twitter knew I found out I did get one of the things done, and that was an episode guide. Yes, guys, I have an episode guide now. And here it is. This is, as far as I know, every single episode I've done for the show. Every single one of them. This is every single one of them. This is season 1. This is the very, very first season, which was pretty much the very, very first few episodes. Season 2 is the format, pretty much the format you see now. It was introduced in season 2. Fun fact, I did not even realize this, but episode 1 took place at 8 p.m. Episode 2 took place at 7:30 p.m. This is all Eastern, by the way. And episode 3 took place at 8 p.m. Can you believe that I have, as it turns out, migrated different time changes 4 times. I thought it was only twice, but as it turns out, it was doubled that, and I had no idea. But anyway, season 2 was pretty much where I was getting off the, getting off the ground. I finally hit my niche with figuring out how I was going to do this show. And then season 3 has been pretty much the guess. Pretty much season 3 has been the guess. Episode 19 was probably the last show. It was the following one, a Nuts edition, which that is the oldest oldest Sonic News show I still have on my computer. So that will be going up on YouTube very soon. It is actually going to be an interesting thing. Into the road that was eventually going to be Volume 8. Kind of. Volume 8. Just go. But yeah, Nuts Edition. That was actually the final show. The final show that I did was kind of solo. Episode 19 was the last pure solo one, but episode 20, I eventually had to bring in Mac and Recorder Dude in for that. To help me out, because I was laughing so hard from what was going on. But, needless to say, after that, then, I took another long hiatus. I don't know why. And then I started bringing in the guests. The trend of the guests began at episode 21. Here's the entire list of people that I've had, in the past 5 months. It's been 5 months. I've had Turbo, I've had AUK, Titans Creed, Disco Ponies, FTA, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, FTA, Entom 64, Ryan, Nearman, Some Call Me Johnny, Solaris Paradox, Ted, you can tell this is the Brain Scratch Comms edition, and Paranoia Sonic, aka PNSK, Lewis from TSSC News. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, 12. Forever Sonic, KC, Retrix, Fast Feet, Resident SD, M20, Tall Guy, Gavi, Captain Cloud Chaser, Lewis Sonic Yoda Clark, Dreadnux, Luna, Cobra Roll, Sonic Remix, Scarred Sun, Instant Sonic, Bartman, Crows, pretty much Sonic Retro, Sir Doctor, Frogman, and Wizard Jeff Hogg. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 36 people. I've had one guest for every single show I've done in its lifetime, people. I've had more guests than I've had episodes. This is episode number 36. What the hell, man? Like, what the hell? What the hell? But, yeah, that's the episode guide, which is, what I was working on, actually, during the course of the night. Among the other things I'm actually going to be planning on doing is putting my ass in gear on getting these episodes up on Sega. Well, now it's Radio Sega Media. I'm gonna get my ass gear up on, doing some changes. I need to get a new ending. I actually have an ending for the show that I used to use, but now I can't play it anymore because it's outdated. So I have to make a new one. Nevertheless, many things I still have to do. The episode guide is such a huge help because now I know exactly what's what. After the show ends, I'm gonna put this one on the list. Probably gonna be one I'd rather not remember. But nevertheless, I think that's everything actually. Like that's everything. This is probably the shortest, the second shortest Sonic News show I've ever had. This is what happens when you only have me here. You know, that happens. But needless to say, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Tune in next Sunday, if all goes well, for another Sonic News show. The Sonic Show Live will more than likely be back. Next Sunday. Radio Redux, I do believe, will be back. So the Sunday Sonic Live lineup will be pretty much at full strength. It's just my show now that's going to be a question at this point. Namely because I don't know what's going to be to talk about. You know, for all I know, it might mean nothing to talk about. We'll see. But I do know who the guests. I know of guests. I do know beyond any shadow of a doubt who will be the guests on the next show. Well, who I'm considering to be. You know, my idea. Here's a hint. Wrenches. I'll leave you with that. Wrenches. I wonder what that has to do with the idea I have for my guess. I don't know. I know, but you guys don't. No. You guys will find out on Twitter at SSF1991 who I mean by these guests. Who are the guests I have in store? Note right now. Sure, I can do that, Nathan. I can tell you guys right now that you will hear first on Twitter who the guests are, if they do indeed want to be on there. So, yeah, in that case, well, actually, you'll probably get an good idea as to, if you follow my Twitter well, you know that sometimes I tend to ask people in public if they want to be on the show. So if you're lucky enough, you'll know in advance who is going to be on the show. So, nevertheless, well, like I said, don't assume they're actually going to be there. This assumes that they will be able to, and if they even want to, you know. But nevertheless, thanks for watching, guys. I have a lot of work to do. I have 2 fucking videos to put up now because of that damn stream hijacking. For fuck's sake. Well, nevertheless, thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you next week for the next edition of the Sonic News Show. Hopefully without a certain Halo hijacking my stream. Needless to say, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time, next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. UK. I'll probably see you on Twitter in the meantime. So, take care, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed the Olympics. You know. Anyway, back to normality. Summer is officially worthless now. Let's look forward to the fall, everyone. Night, everyone. Have a great night and a great week. You know what I mean. Just night, everyone.